Hi guys, this is skittflash here, and welcome back to Let's Play Persona 3 FES. Now, before we actually are gonna get down to doing the full moon stuff, we are going to be hanging out with the monk one last time before actually maxing out his social link. But now that that's done, now we can do the full moon stuff, and it happens on a Sunday, which means I guess no one did call you out. No one did ask us on a date on Sunday, so I guess that's the game telling us we're not doing anything this Sunday besides this full moon. So yeah, there's that. We're legitimate. We're not doing anything. We can't even watch the Tanaka show. And I'm still kind of sick, and it's kind of ridiculous because like I am winded just by doing nothing. And so sorry if you hear me like wheezing. It's kind of just pathetic, if anything else. But
I've located the target.
yeah, okay.
It's in the plaza in front of Iwa Todai Station.
Yay, we know where that
This
is.
will be the 10th. Only a few left. But let's worry about them.
Yeah, we're almost done with all the 12 shadows.
Assuming they come one at a time.
Assuming there's only 12. I don't know. Did they establish that there's only 12?
How did you know?
I think there is.
There's two of them.
I mean, even though there's like 20 something more Arcana.
Big mouth.
But yes, we're fighting two of them, as he said. So that should be fantastic.
Where's Shinji?
He just notified me that he'll meet up with you later. I didn't ask any questions.
Because he's fucking Shinji.
He's always played by his own
A
rules.
loose cannon cop. So
It's okay.
edgy and
At
cool.
least he's coming, right?
Yeah, sure he is.
Yeah, not like someone I know who missed last time.
Yeah, Junpei.
Hello, I was tied up, remember?
Is that a pun? Or are you just legitimately saying you're tied up? Whatever. So basically,
Wait,
yeah.
Tenzin isn't here
So
either.
basically you're not using
Hey,
Ken or
Tenzin,
Shinji this fight.
Go get him. That'll be your punishment for last time.
Not sure there's any particular reason why, but
That
yeah,
little
you
more
can't.
trouble than he's worth.
Sort of like how they sort of do that a lot. Like in the Emperor and Empress fight, you couldn't use Yukari, or
This time,
and in the
we'll determine our formation once we arrive.
in the last fight we couldn't use Junpei. I'm pretty sure there was some other fight that restricted who we can and can't use, but maybe not. Maybe I was just driven about that. So anyway, here we are in bloody Iwatodai dorm.
There they
That
are.
should be fun.
This is the way we go to school. We've got to protect this place.
Yeah.
It seems like they've been waiting for us.
I love how they don't show them on screen.
He wasn't in his room. Who knows?
If he's not in his room, that's like the one place I checked.
Shinji, where are you?
Where else could he possibly be if not his room?
They look like they're about to make their move.
Yeah, I guess it seems that way.
Let's decide on a team and engage.
So yes, let's form our basic party. Our basic party is going to be the usual. Actually, I'm bringing Igus because this boss actually uses a lot of physical attacks, and if she even has a chance to waste one of their turns with a block pierce, then or resist pierce, then that would be fantastic. I'm bringing Yukari because she's our healer. Source bow. Yes, I'm giving her source bow because now she resists electricity, or is a neutral affinity to electricity, because she's normally weak to electricity, which makes things fantastic. Or maybe she does resist electricity. Either way, now she has no more weaknesses, which is just fantastic. And I'm bringing along Akihiko, even though, bringing along Mitsuru. I actually do end up bringing along Mitsuru, in the end. So just pretend that Mitsuru is in our party right now, because she will be in a few minutes. But anywho's, yes, let's confront the boss. It's a weird space. Oh yes, where the bikes are. Yeah, I see Kenji here from time to time. We can't let them destroy this place. That would suck. So here we are. This is, what Arcana are these? The Strength Arcana and the Fortune Arcana. And to start off with, you're not going to be attacking the Fortune Arcana until you kill the Strength Arcana. Because she's protecting it, or something. Because Strength, maybe? Something like that.
You can't attack it right now. Concentrate on the one who.
So this boss is very luck-based, as you think. Not because of the Fortune Arcana, though. You'd think it'd be the Fortune, but no, it's actually the Strength that makes everything fucking luck-based with the fucking... That's just a tangent. So yes, I had to redo this boss fight because a sexy dance sort of just wrecked my team, and now we have Mitsuru in our team because I realized during that 14-minute long boss fight that I died in that, Akihiko doesn't do that much damage compared to Mitsuru, so here we have Mitsuru. But as I was saying, this boss fight has a special gimmick to it that will realize as soon as they get a turn. But I do think there's a large portion of luck, and it's not because of this Wheel of Fortune move, honestly. This is like the most easily detectable like roulette in like the entirety of the world. Just stop the roulette when the thing you want is on the left side, or 3/4, because it spins 1 3/4 around the thing, and then you'll pretty much always get what you want. It's more of a hindrance to them, if anything else. And not, but then the problem it has is that it totally, well, there's that for one thing. The problem it has is that the animation takes a while. And this is what I was kind of saying about the luck thing, per se. I guess it's not really luck. If we had enough skill, we could probably circumvent this death. But the Strength Arcana is actually very, very strong. It has a lot of physical moves. And as you can see, Aigis just got one-shotted. So, like, if that was Minato, we would have been dead right now. We would have lost. And that does happen from time to time. We get hit, and then we just totally die. Luckily, Getsu A, because Getsu a full moon bonus. It's probably going to be our primary method of attack. We're actually not going to be using, Mothman. We're not going to be using Mothman as a Zeodyne. Because for one thing, physical attacks is kind of where you want to be right now. Because of this part of the fortune, the Wheel of Fortune, you can actually get a fear status effect on them. I think it's fear, or maybe it's panic. Either one. You want to get this ghostly one. I'm pretty sure fear does the same thing, though, if I'm not mistaken. Fear. Yeah, this is fear. I'm pretty sure fear is more likely to get critical hitted than panic, though, maybe. Another good idea would be confusion, so that they can't use shit like Heat Wave to totally just wreck my party. And aggro is kind of just up in the air. I'll talk about that more later. But anywho's, yeah, the Wheel of Fortune is very easily riggable, I guess you could say. And yes, if you get a critical hit on them, which we often will be doing because it's fear-stricken, you won't knock it down. That's just pretty much what Fuko is saying. It doesn't really matter because the Fortune Arcana is kind of impervious. We couldn't get an all-out attack anyways, but they don't lose any turns because you knock them down. And because I've been getting totally wrecked, usually I will like going for their defense down and our attack up because, you know, do more damage. But because their attacks sort of kill me from time to time, I try to, you know, debuff them so they don't kill me. I don't think it matters, because they still kill me anyways. Yes, as I was saying, you just gotta kind of hope that they don't attack me, Minato. But as another thing to mention, again, one primary reason why I'm not using Mothman is not because one, Zeodyne does not do 245 damage, hot damn, but also because Mothman is weak to Pierce, and if the boss ever uses Pierce on Minato, you're pretty much dead. Even if we're not weak to Pierce, we're pretty much dead anyways if it attacks Minato. Just kind of hope he doesn't get a critical hit. So as a result, I'm probably going to go for our defense up this time, just because, I think, what am I going for? Yeah, their defense down. Oh, I guess I'm playing risky here. I think I already debuffed them anyways as much as I possibly can. But yes, if you want to risk it even harder, Rage is actually a good way to go, on our end and their end. If you enrage them, well, they get 2 attacks, which means you're very, very likely to get owned. But their defense goes significantly down, so you can do a ton of damage on them. Or, on another end of the spectrum, you can actually enrage yourselves, and you'll get 2 attacks with, like, a shit ton of damage. Like, you'll like, one physical attack will do, like, 200 damage. It's kind of ridiculous. At the expense of not being able to actually control your party members, and having incredibly low defense. It's incredibly risky. I wouldn't suggest doing it at all, simply because this boss, there's a lot of luck-based things to this boss already. Don't want to make it even more bad. And yes, he's using Wheel of Fortune again, and it's not like it even matters this time because it's not like we can redo a status debuff on them. But okay, I was tempted to actually speed this boss fight up, you know, just because of how long it takes. We're not even gonna get this whole boss fight done in this part. But I decided against it at the very end, simply because, I don't know, I feel like the bosses are only going to get longer from here, and yay, because their attack is down and our defense is up, and they luckily didn't get a critical hit. Yukari didn't totally die from that. And she didn't get 2 hits in one attack, because that's also horrible. But yeah, I was tempted to speed it up, but I decided against it at the very end, because again, yeah, the boss fights only get longer from here, and you gotta sort of just get used to it, I suppose. I mean, I already speed up all the normal battles, so I feel this is a good balance. And besides, you guys can speed me up anyways. I've been watching a lot of Let's Plays recently, and I realize that is like the coolest function of YouTube there is at all. Like, watching Let's Plays at ×2 speed, oh my gosh, it helps so much when you're like behind on Let's Plays, which I happen to do a lot. Like, you know, you get a video behind, and all of a sudden, like, you're like 7 parts behind, and you're screwed. And that land on our end. Sometimes, yeah. Oh, our defense is down. That's unfortunate. So he lost that one. Again, you want to stop it when it's like a little at the very leftmost part of the wheel, on our perspective, and maybe a little bit past that, or not. Maybe the little bit past is why I'm dying so much, but or why I fail it sometimes. But really, if you just do that, you're pretty much like guaranteed to win the wheel spin. I'm not sure how it is in Persona 3 Portable if they balanced that. I doubt they did. I'm pretty sure they intentionally made it super easy to actually learn how to do, just specifically so we can make it work to our advantage. But yeah, back to what was I talking about again? Yeah, speeding up Let's Plays. That's a fantastic thing to do. I highly suggest you speed up this part, or every single part I do. How anyone manages to watch me at normal speed is just, I commend you guys. You guys are awesome. Even if ×2 speed, you guys are still awesome for watching. Honestly now. But I just learned it was a thing, because like all of a sudden, like, Let's Plays that, like, you know, are incredibly, like, have incredible long parts, I can suddenly watch, or Let's Players who upload, like, a ton of stuff, I can suddenly watch, because I just remembered that was a thing. So that's fun. And this boss fight is only halfway dead. Why is it taking so long? I think it has 4,000 HP. Either 4,000 or 3,000. I think it's 4,000. Oh yes, this is the first time I actually did this part of the roulette. We actually didn't see it. Again, go for big attack because it's so easily riggable. It's kind of risky though, because if you fail, your party, if you fail and you get the red big attack, then your party takes 200 damage. Every single member takes 200 damage, and then Heat Wave like that would kill everybody but Yukari at this moment in time. So yeah, kind of risky, but you know, it's very easily exploitable. That's the word I've been thinking of. It's very easy to do, so keep that in mind. I find it kind of funny that Yukari actually has the most HP of all our party at this moment in time. Probably because she has that accessory that increases her HP by 30%. But even so, you think it wouldn't be as much. She is like the healer. You'd figure she'd have a small amount of HP. If I was not lazy enough to do the math right now, I'd figure how much 30% less of her HP would be. But that's pointless. And something I want to mention is I find it really impressive that lucky that this boss still has the fear status ailment on him right now. Because as you can see, it misses when we, like, you know, reapply. I don't think that reapplies it. I think, like, the very first time it got fear-stricken, it just never got unfear-stricken, which is just fantastic. Unlike these heat waves, again, it might be a very, if you feel like you might be dying, it might be a very good idea, or if you don't have a diorama, it might be a very good idea to actually make it confused instead, and give it the chance of actually not being able to do a heat wave. I'm pretty sure that's what confusion does. It might not, who knows. What was I talking about earlier before that? I mean, everything I've been talking about so far has just been tangent upon tangent. But I don't think I completed my last tangent. Oh yeah, the last thing. The huge damage thing that does 200 damage. There's also an ability to heal you. Oh, well, I should at least tell what the other two things. The other two things would do 100 damage, 50 damage, or heal the party or them for either 100 or 200 HP. Which is very good if you want to, like, if you ever see that, it's actually it might be a better idea to do that, just in case, like, you still want to get your Getsue in without having to waste Minato's turn doing me diorama, because Getsue does 195 damage instead of 250. That's probably due to the attack. The buffs and debuffs probably wore off. This fight is like the one fight where it kind of gets difficult to keep track of what buffs and what debuffs are actually like applied on you and the enemies. I mean, it's pretty easy to actually, like, with Fuka scan, you can see what like buffs what debuffs are on them. But actually, I don't know. I don't know if there's any way to actually check what buffs and debuffs are on you, like, or your party members. I'm pretty sure there's a way of finding out, but, I don't know what it is. Who knows? Maybe it doesn't even exist. I wouldn't know. And she's paralyzed with fear. I'm switching constantly between he and she. I just call it she because Yuko's thing is, Yuko's a girl. That's what I'm getting at. Or the roses or whatnot. I don't know. Or the fact that she's in the dress. Yeah, but you never know. This game is weird, can be weird like that. But yes, again, after like a million times, the Wheel of Fortune kind of gets incredibly annoying. But you got to bear with it, you can't get lazy on it, because the moment you get lazy, the moment you accidentally debuff your entire party members, and you get totally wrecked, and you don't want that happening, because that would suck. But on the other hand, it really helps you. Oh wow, she finally got unfeared. And exactly, she wasted a turn using Pierce Attack on I guess that's the whole reason I brought her here. But Junpei wouldn't actually have been a bad idea either. Instead of why am I drawing such a blank? Instead of Mitsuru, because he could have exploited the fact that physical attacks would have like guaranteed critical hitted. Oddly enough, when I brought Akihiko did not try at all to use physical attacks. He just kept on using Zionga, which did like 35 damage. So, yeah, maybe not bring along him. But Junpei is much more physical oriented than Akihiko is, at least I feel. So, yeah, that'd probably be a good idea. I'd love to see how that would turn out. But yeah, still, again, if I wanted to play risky here, I could actually make her defense go down. But I kind of like the idea of defense up because, yes, we need to kind of survive stuff like that, as to not die, because that would just be absolutely horrible. And the health bar signifies that there's no health left, but because they have so much health, that's a instant signification that the boss has a ton of health, that even when their health bar is down, it still says that they're still kicking. And I kind of find it funny that Yukari's one bow attack was the one to finish it off. So, anywho's, we will be fighting we'll be killing the Fortune Arcana part of this boss fight next time on Let's Play Persona 3 FES. Until then, this has been skittflash. Hope you've enjoyed watching. Bye!